All right, in the last module, we discussed the feed stock and how to monitor the reports and see when you have to order new feeds. Moving on, I wanted to show you the feed cost tracking module. This is where we track our feed costs and also the cost of these feeds over time. For example, let's dive in. Let's use maize bran. We are going to see that when we search our reports here, visual reports are populated. Let me explain this. So in our report here, we can see blue, purple, and green. These represent 2022, 2023, 2024. So we are tracking down any number of years that we want to track down to see what the cost of this feed was at the time. And you might be wondering, why do we do this? It is very important to know because in some countries like Uganda, there's seasons to there's seasons to harvest and there's a season to plant. Usually 2 seasons in a year, and usually during the first phase of a harvest, the feed prices are much lower. So for us, it's very important to know when to buy and when not to buy. And this is exactly what this report helps us to decide. So let's dive into this report and see what it says. So if we want to look at January, we see that in 2022 the price was 490. We see that 2023 the price was 581, and then we see that 2024 the price was 513. As you may see, there is a little bit of a trend. We can tell that during the month of January, feeds are low, they cost low than the month of February. And February is lower than the month of March. And then as we go to April, we see that the feeds are much cheaper than March. May is a little higher. As you see, June, there is a spike here, but again, there is a lower price in the year of 2023 as opposed to 2022. So some of these spikes might be because of other reasons that might cause that. It might not necessarily be a seasonal issue, but it could be maybe something political that happened to where these prices went down, or maybe something else. It doesn't have to be a seasonal thing, but the trend is clear. You can see that if you stock up in January, you have high chances of getting feeds at a lower price. If you continue, the next harvest I think is around August, you see that August also has cheaper prices, but moving forward prices go up, as you may see here. If we want to see just 2022, all you have to do is cancel out 23 and cancel out 24, so you can have a good visual of how 2022 feed cost tracking was done. As you may see, 490 right there. If you don't see any here, that means whatever we stocked up here was able to sustain us during the month of February and March. So we did not need to buy. So we don't know what the cost was because our cost was already done in January. So as you may see, in April it went up and it goes up all the way up in June. So June is not a good month to buy. Look at that. July and August are almost the same, and probably we didn't buy here because we had leftovers from here that were able to sustain us in the month of September. Let's check the same info but for 2023. As you may see, again, it's good to buy in January, and this time around June was a good month to buy, and July, but the situation, I don't understand exactly why it was cheaper here. Usually June the price is higher. Let's check if that's the case in 2024. Okay, so 2024, sorry about that. We only have the month of January so far. But so we need about 4 to 5 years of data to actually get a good idea. But as you may see, with just these 3 years in already, the full month of January is in, we can tell that January is a definitely good month to buy. For those of you who may have enough capital, I would buy all the feeds I need in a year in this month of January. Okay, hopefully those who will subscribe, I'll give you better insights on how to use this information to make clear decisions for your farm.